If you could describe the season finale of Game of Thrones in one word, how would you describe it?
Best season ever!
There are no better writers in television.
Dany kind of forgot about the Iron Fleet.
They ended it brilliantly.
We hope to kind of avoid the expected.
You people are in for it.
Disappointing.
Winterfell is yours, Your Grace.
We don't have time for all this. The Night King has your dragon. The wall has fallen. The dead march south.
Only you do have time for all this. 2 full episodes, in fact. Something your CCTV ass would have known if only you'd opened, or, well, rolled back your eyes and looked.
We have brought with us the greatest army the world has ever seen. We have brought 2 full-grown dragons.
May I ask, how are we meant to feed the greatest army the world has ever seen?
Excellent question. And where will they,
Shit.
I was gonna say sleep, but that too.
While I ensured our stores would last through winter, I didn't account for Dothraki, Unsullied, and 2 full-grown dragons. What do dragons eat, anyway?
Whatever they want.
Please, Your Grace, we're hungry!
More like whatever they won't, because it's fantasy, bro. Who cares about basic human needs in a world full of dragons and magic? Anyway, enjoy cleaning those lavatories.
Many underestimated you. Most of them are dead now.
I'm sorry, what are you implying? And even if what you say is true, most who underestimated Sansa died from Cersei blowing them up. The only person who actually died from underestimating Sansa was Littlefinger, and that was the single dumbest death in the entire show. So far.
Cersei told you her army was coming north to fight for you.
She did.
You were asking me for a truce. Pull back my armies and stand down while you go on your monster hunt.
Yes. That's all.
He kind of forgot.
I used to think you were the cleverest man alive.
Upon hearing Jon admit to having literally died, Arya doesn't have any follow-up questions.
How did you survive a knife through the heart?
I didn't. Sansa thinks she's smarter than everyone.
I don't know anything.
She's the smartest person I've ever met.
Guess we're just gonna pretend you never met Tywin and Littlefinger then?
He kind of forgot.
Over in King's Landing, Cersei gives Euron a cold look that he somehow interprets as an invitation to sex. Which happens to be correct. The Mountain also sees this look through the back of his head, and also interprets it the same rapey way. Next, Theon teleports aboard Euron's ship, kills a bunch of people without difficulty, saves Yara, and teleports out of there. After Dany's hair has changed back and forth a few times, some Dothraki alert her that
The dragons are belly eating.
But, as devastating as that may sound, it's all just an excuse for Jon to go and tame a dragon completely on the first try. On the way from Old Town all the way up to Winterfell, Sam never once hears about his father and brother's dramatic fate.
Your brother stood with your father.
And Jon only finds out just now after Sam tells him.
Don't you know? She executed my father and brother. She didn't tell you. I'm so sorry.
Daenerys berates Jaime for killing her father, even though...
I know what my father was. I know the Mad King earned his name.
My father was an evil man.
He kind of forgot.
What she doesn't mention is Jaime charging at her with a lance in Season 7. Also, not a single Northern Lord speaks up or demands Jaime's head, despite that being a huge issue back in Season 2 when he was a prisoner.
I want his head! Any man who stands between a father and his vengeance asks for death!
He kind of forgot.
Then Brienne claims that...
Without him, my lady, you would not be alive.
While Jaime did equip Brienne to go out and find Sansa, it's a complete stretch to credit Jaime for her survival.
Bloody woman!
Your sister pledged to send her army north.
She did.
The crown accepts your truce until the dead are defeated.
He kind of forgot.
And bro, you can barely accommodate the people you have as it is. Actually, why is everyone converging at Winterfell anyway? Wouldn't it be more efficient to await the White Walkers at a bottleneck location like Moat Cailin or the Twins?
What are you doing?
What?
We have never had a conversation last this long without you insulting me. Not once.
Well, it's funny you'd say that because, not that I've counted or anything, there's been at least 8 conversations lasting this long without Jaime insulting you. The last time being before he saved you from a bear, before you became bathtub besties, before he lost a hand talking people out of r***ing you. 5 seasons ago.
You move well for a great beast of a woman.
He kind of forgot.
All my life, I've known one goal. The Iron Throne. I want to go home.
He kind of forgot.
We've both known what it means to lead people who aren't inclined to accept a woman's rule.
Even though we've never seen this concern expressed. In fact, in season 7, it was even suggested that Sansa, a woman, ought to replace Jon to lead the North.
We did not choose you to rule us, my lady, but perhaps we should have.
What about the North? It was taken from us. We took it back, and we said we'd never bow to anyone else again.
Ah, I see you're referencing Lord Umber from season 1.
Why shouldn't we rule ourselves again? It was the dragons we bowed to, and now the dragons are dead.
Only, as you can see, dragons are back on the menu now, so, take a bow.
What do dragons eat, anyway?
Shut up. Then Theon teleports in to say that Yara is
sailing to the Iron Islands instead, to take them back in your name.
Even though their deal back in season 7 was to make the Iron Islands independent, not a part of Daenerys' dominion.
He kind of forgot.
The Lord Commander of the Night's Watch is not present when planning the defense against the White Walkers, which is the core purpose of the Night's Watch.
Smart people don't find themselves in places like this.
He kind of forgot.
The Night King made them all. Getting to him may be our best chance.
If that's true, he'll never expose himself.
Yes, he will. He'll come for me.
Why?
He wants to erase this world, and I am its memory.
Okay, let's back it up for a second.
The first men would not be stopped. By themselves, the children were too few to resist. But if they could turn men's numbers against them.
You made the White Walkers.
We were at war. We needed to defend ourselves.
So, the White Walkers are like a zombie virus that got out of hand, but where is this pretentious poetic purpose of passionate personal vendetta coming from? It makes no sense for the Night King to risk everything just so he can be the one to kill the Three-Eyed Raven.
The dragons should give us an edge in the field.
Great f***ing insight, Davos Seaworth. You'd make a great Hand of the King, you know.
If they're in the field, they're not protecting Bran.
What?
¿Por qué no las dos?
When was the last time you fought for anyone but yourself?
I fought for you, didn't I?
That's right. And at Jon's weird suicide mission beyond the wall, and at the Battle of the Blackwater, and that time he saved Sansa, and that time he saved Loras Tyrell.
He kind of forgot.
Almost everyone here's fought the Starks, one time or another.
Out of the 100,000 people at Winterfell, it's really only houses Karstark, Manderly, Hornwood, and Kerwin who ever fought the Starks at the Battle of the Bastards. And out of the named characters, there's only Tyrion, Jaime, and Theon. Podrick may have been a Lannister squire, but he never fought the Starks. Tormund spent a lot of time fighting the Night's Watch, but never House Stark. He even fought for the Starks at the Battle of the Bastards. And if you're really picky, I suppose you could also count Brienne, of all people, even though she spent most of her time serving the Starks.
I don't serve the Starks.
I know, but you were sworn to both Catelyn and Sansa. And you did kill those bannermen back in season 3.
Those were Stark men.
When Tyrion brings up the time when he killed Davos' son with wildfire, Davos just shrugs it off with a lighthearted comment.
So Davos Seaworth, survivor of both the Blackwater and the Battle of the Bastards.
All without a shred of combat ability.
Episode 3 starts with... hold on, let me turn up the brightness. Episode 3 starts with the Unsullied and the Dothraki and Ghost all being outside the castle walls in front of the only trench. There are no barrels of pitch or oil on the walls, a common medieval defense tactic they've shown before, and no trebuchets because they are outside the walls, in front of the troops. Why is Melisandre coming from the north? That's where the Army of the Dead is! Where have you even been since last season?
Me? Just hanging around.
And why are the Dothraki totally chill with, well, everything, come to think of it, but having their weapons enchanted by a witch especially? Their whole thing is f***ing bitches and hating witches.
Mikey. He kind of forgot.
We can't beat them in a straight fight.
Nevertheless, here's them trying to beat them in a straight fight. Strange way for the likes of Jorah and Ghost to die, but okay.
What they see is just the end of the Dothraki, essentially.
Yeah, let's put a pin in that. Oh look, Jorah and Ghost survived. Oh, but they won't survive this, especially Brienne. There's no coming back from... Nope, they all survived.
Take this and go.
I don't know how to use it.
She's the smartest person I've ever met.
Everyone, aged 10 to 60, will drill daily with spears, pikes, bow and arrow.
He kind of forgot.
Sticking with the pointy end.
Oh, now you decide to strafe the whites with dragon fire. Why didn't you lead with that? Oh, now you decide to defend from inside the castle walls. Why didn't you lead with that? Somehow Jon and Daenerys don't freeze their balls off from flying around in the cold, and neither fall off as their dragons collide mid-air.
Light the trench!
Oh my god, walk faster, you mighty piece of work. Why isn't Jon lighting the trench? He's sitting right there! On his dragon! Then everyone stops shooting at the Whites because, what, in Daenerys' new world order, breaking the wheel means labor laws that dictate mandatory breaks every 45 minutes? Then the previously highly flammable Whites start piling themselves on the trench to smother the fire.
Kind of forgot.
Man the walls! Man the walls!
Why did you stop manning the walls? And why are the bits of dragon glass placed more as decoration than in the actual path of anyone trying to... Hundreds of Whites continuously pour into Winterfell in this shot, yet there are only a handful of Whites in every character point of view. Then Arya finds herself alone and afraid in the library amongst a bunch of zombies quietly browsing the local selection without the faintest sound of the battle raging outside. Also, the Whites can't hear her footsteps, but they can hear blood dripping on the floor, so naturally, Arya teleports out of there, but not far enough to fully get away, so that Beric can discard his flaming sword to save Arya and die.
The Lord brought him back for a purpose. Now that purpose has been served.
How do you know that? Couldn't you at least try bringing him back, just in case? You've been wrong about these things before. The Ironborn archers are overrun, but somehow survive this. Then the Night King blasts a hole in the castle wall. Again, why not lead with that? Jon manages to hold on to Rhaegal despite all this. Then Rhaegal just disappears for the rest of the episode. Bye, I guess. Jon sprints towards the Night King, but moments later hasn't gotten any closer. And survives this. Then Jorah hears a dragon screech, through which he is able to deduce that Dany is about to land Drogon in the middle of a bunch of Whites and sit around for no other reason than to get overrun by said White so that he can teleport in and save her. Unlike the soundproof library, the battle can be heard all the way down in the crypts, where, despite having seen the Night King raise the dead firsthand, Jon decided to put all the women and children.
Nobody thought of that. He's bringing all the dead people back to life, and they put the women and children in a crypt with all the dead people. So, brah.
You kind of forgot.
Although, to be fair, last season a White was demonstrably unable to break out of a wooden box. Nevertheless, this season they're strong enough to break through stone. Daenerys is attacked by 5 Whites and is surely dead, but naturally is saved by a cutaway. Sam is left for dead, but is saved by a cutaway. Brienne is left for dead, but is saved by a cutaway. Brienne, Jaime, and Podrick are left for dead, but you guessed it, saved by a cutaway. Lyanna Mormont charges a giant and is surely dead, but is... yeah, she's dead. Totally screwed. How has not a single archer hit the giant with an obsidian arrow yet? The same dragon fire that brought down the wall and blew a hole in Winterfell doesn't burn a hair off of Jon hiding behind this rock. What even is armor? Wooden stick through metal plate? Why not? What the f***? Bran is stupidly low on Valyrian steel for someone who has a target on his back and a live geotag on his arm.
It's wasted on a cripple.
Not when the Night King is standing right in front of you, it's not. Which you knew was gonna happen, you little shit. Jon stands up to scream at Viserion for no reason. And look, lots of people, including myself, have speculated that he is distracting the dragon from Arya, but there are no camera angles, no dialogue, or even behind-the-scenes footage suggesting this, so no. Then Arya, a trained assassin, jumps and screams as she teleports in from nowhere. The Night King grabs her, but she doesn't get a mark like Bran did, or frostbite, or any injuries at all from his touch, even though we know the White Walker's touch to be blade-shatteringly cold.
You kind of forgot.
Shut the f*** up. You're actually celebrating that Arya is the one to do this? A character who has had no connection to the White Walkers this whole time and didn't even know about their existence until a few episodes ago?
I wish I had enough poison for the whole pack of you.
Like, was Jon really brought back to life just to scream at a dragon while Arya saves the world at no cost or sacrifice whatsoever?
Jon Snow has always been the hero, but it just didn't seem right to us for this moment.
You are an ill-made, spiteful little creature, full of envy, lust, and low cunning.
Anyway, who remembers the necklace Melisandre didn't need in Season 4, but did need to look young in Season 6? Well, now that necklace not only makes her look young, but sustains her entirely, and she can't last a minute without it.
I kind of forgot.
Oh, and make sure to leave the necklace there in case, we need it for future spin-offs. Episode 4 opens with a great funeral for the fallen. That's right, Sansa, a funeral. It's something you do when people die.
You. Who else would know better?
But with Jorah dead, no mention is made of who inherits Heartsbane. It was kind of a big deal not 2 episodes ago.
It's called Heartsbane. I'd be honored if you take it.
I'll wield it in his memory to guard the realms of men.
He kind of forgot.
At the after-party, Daenerys legitimizes Gendry as Robert Baratheon's trueborn son, a move so mad it makes her father look like a bigger genius than Sansa Smart. The Northerners already take issue with the Dragon Queen, and many of them personally fought the Mad King, so in legitimizing Gendry, she makes him the single greatest threat to her claim to the throne. Unless, of course, Jon's true parentage goes public.
I don't want it.
Right, so the single greatest threat to her claim to the throne.
A fitting reward for a hero.
This Starbucks cup. Then Tyrion refers to Bran as the Lord of Winterfell.
I'm not Lord of Winterfell.
You're the only surviving trueborn son of Ned Stark.
You seem to forget about the king in the Warden of the North? If not in Winterfell, where's he gonna live? Carhold?
I saw him riding that thing. What kind of person climbs on a f***ing dragon?
You did. Last season.
He kind of forgot.
You're a virgin.
Why are you so ashamed? Virginity is a virtue in your society. Jaime even used it as a bargaining tactic to save your life in Season 3.
Lord Selwyn would pay his daughter's weight in sapphires if she's returned to her honor unbesmirched.
You've changed, little bird. None of it would have happened if you left King's Landing with me. No Littlefinger, no Ramsay, none of it.
As in, you would have rather ransomed her to Robb and seen her die at the Red Wedding? Got it.
Without Littlefinger and Ramsay and the rest, I would have stayed a little bird all my life.
As in, being sold into sexual slavery is the only way to grow as a person? Got it. Arya practices archery in a hallway.
I'm not Gendry Rivers anymore.
And you never were. You're from the Crownlands, not the Riverlands, so your name was Gendry Waters.
He kind of
Actually, scratch that, because you're lowborn. Only highborn bastards get those regional surnames.
He kind of forgot.
Then Daenerys comes in to complain that Jon being a Targaryen is a problem, when it's really the solution.
I wish you'd never told me. If I didn't know, I'd be happy right now.
You sound like a bloody woman.
Targaryens wed brothers and sisters for 300 years to keep bloodlines pure.
You are my queen. I don't know what else I can say.
You could bloody propose already. Marriage would seal the alliance for good, and then it doesn't matter who's got the better claim.
You can say nothing to anyone ever, or it will take on a life of its own and you won't be able to control it, no matter how many times you bend the knee.
Madness. Madness and stupidity.
I've never begged for anything.
They're my children. I'm begging you.
Begging us.
Begging you.
He kind of forgot.
I have to tell Sansa and I.
No, you really don't. If Ned Stark could keep this secret all these years, you can too.
I need to tell you something.
Oh, for f***'s sake.
You have to swear you'll never tell another soul.
I swear it.
Swear it.
A few moments later.
Tyrion, what if there's someone else?
Why? Why did she do that?
If you only trust the people you grow up with, you won't make many allies.
That's all right. I don't need many allies.
Says you, who owes your life to the many allies you made wherever you went, including Tywin Lannister. Look, I realize you're a Marvel character now, but even they aren't above the power of friendship.
Bullshit.
How far gone?
Yes, only half as it happens. Same for the Northmen, and the Vale, and the Dothraki, despite...
What they see is just the end of the Dothraki, essentially. He kind of forgot.
And the Golden Company has arrived in King's Landing, courtesy of the Greyjoy fleet.
How do you already know that? Yeah, I know you're the spy master and all that, but you just arrived in Winterfell for the first time like a few days ago. If you're gonna know everything the moment it happens, you kinda need to establish how that information travels in secret all that way and so fast.
Yara Greyjoy has retaken the Iron Islands in her queen's name.
Again, independence, not subjugation.
He kind of forgot.
Also, if you know all this, why not also mention that King's Landing and the Iron Fleet are now fitted with a bajillion dragon-sniping scorpions?
The new Prince of Dawn pledges his support.
Wait, what are the words of House Martell again?
You do know them, think.
I'm bowed, I'm bent, I'm broken.
Right, and now you're telling me they've just bent the knee over a letter to the queen who lost their entire military at sea last season?
No matter how many lords turn against her, as long as she sits on the Iron Throne, she can call herself Queen of the Seven Kingdoms.
What? What does it matter?
The longer I leave my enemies alone, the stronger they become.
You just said that lords are turning against her. Which is it gonna be?
He kind of forgot.
The men we have left are exhausted. They'll fight better if they have time to rest and recuperate.
I came north to fight alongside you. Now that the time has come to reciprocate, you want to postpone.
What's wrong with that?
It's not just our people, it's yours.
The longer I leave my enemies alone, the stronger they become.
Do you have any idea how ridiculous you sound?
Also, why doesn't Arya offer to go and assassinate Cersei like she planned to do in Season 7? She even knows about the secret passage into the Red Keep. Hell, put on Littlefinger's face while you're at it and get some damn use of the abilities you spent 2 seasons acquiring. Oh, look who it is.
It's the Brawn of the Blackwater.
Has snuck past everyone and their dog with Joffrey's huge crossbow and a license to kill Cersei's enemies, but not Daenerys for some reason.
This is for you.
And instead of using the reload crank previously required, Bronn reloads the crossbow by hand in less than 2 seconds.
He kind of forgot.
Your sister offered me River Run.
Right, but then again...
I knew your sister was dead the second I saw those dragons.
You've actually only seen one of them, but whatever.
If the Dragon Queen's hand turns up dead, maybe a few of her top generals get picked off one by one. All of a sudden.
All of a sudden what? The dragons perish too?
No, I think not.
Tyrion then offers him...
High Garden.
As if that were for him to give away. There are also no guarantees for either party that this deal will be upheld. For all they know, Daenerys and or Jon will take one look at this cutthroat deal and say something in the lines of...
I don't want it.
Then Bronn simply walks out of there and into the off-screen where no one can catch him. Oh, and remember Arya Stark's entire character arc?
In winter, we must protect ourselves, look after one another. We're family, the 4 of us, the last of the Starks.
I don't plan on coming back.
Neither do I.
Arya kind of forgot.
Rhaegal needs to heal. He doesn't need me weighing him down.
Oh, but Drogon, who was overrun and hacked at by whites, is perfectly fine to ride? Got it.
'Tis but a scratch.
Then Jon says goodbye to everyone except his magically bonded direwolf.
The direwolf is a sigil of your house. We were meant to have them.
He kind of forgot.
Remember how Varys used to be intelligent?
If we marry them, they could rule together.
She's his aunt. Is marrying your Aunt common in the north? Or do you think she wants to share the throne?
I used to think you were the cleverest man alive.
Oh my, looks like Rhaegal didn't need to heal after all. Oh, but he's gonna need to heal after that! And that! And that!
And the Golden Company has arrived in King's Landing, courtesy of the Greyjoy fleet.
While Dany kind of forgot about the Iron Fleet, he kind of forgot.
Then she dives headfirst towards the armada of scorpions that just shot down her dragons, but changes her mind and pulls out, making Drogon a much larger target. And somehow they still all miss. No, for real, you mean to tell me that they sniped Rhaegal 3 for 3 while all the way up there, but 11 ships can't hit Drogon even once despite being completely spread out right in front of you? F*** off, show. Next, the Scorpion Ballistas tear through ships like they're made of paper. And like, if Scorpions are so effective against ships, why isn't every battleship equipped with one? Then Tyrion not only survives being hit by a mast, but swims all the way to shore along with the entire main cast, except, of course, Missandei, who the plot needs to be kidnapped now.
Missandei!
This is also a golden opportunity for Euron to pursue them and end the war swiftly, but he doesn't because f*** you. Oh, and if you thought Daenerys will cut her impressive braid in shame after being defeated in battle, also f*** you.
When Dothraki are defeated in combat, they cut off their braid so the whole world can see their shame.
He kind of forgot.
Remember how Cersei sent someone to kill him 20 minutes ago? Well, Tyrion kind of forgot about that and is now trying to make sure she can walk away from all of this alive and well by proposing a deal she'll never agree to.
Demand Cersei's surrender. Offer her her life in exchange for the throne.
We both know you're smarter than that.
I've served tyrants most of my life. Robert was neither mad nor cruel. They all talk about destiny.
Aerys did, sure, but not Robert, or Joffrey, or Tywin if you count him. Varys then openly tries to convince the Hand of the Queen that they need to murder the Queen.
We're discussing treason. I've spoken as honestly as I can. Each of us has a choice to make.
It's not like Daenerys has actually done anything for Varys to turn on her. Yes, she's deliberating to invade King's Landing at some point, but so what? Counsel her to send in the Unsullied instead of the Dothraki when taking the city to avoid innocents getting hurt if that's what you're so worried about.
They deserve to live. I will act in their interest no matter the personal cost.
Wait a minute.
You watched my men being slaughtered and did nothing.
And would again, my lord. When you look at me, do you see a hero?
He kind of forgot.
Somehow news of Euron's attack has reached Winterfell already.
Euron Greyjoy ambushed Queen Daenerys and her fleet. Several ships destroyed, Missandei captured.
They even know about Missandei's capture. How is this physically possible? Is no one going to at least suggest that she might have drowned?
I always wanted to be there when they execute your sister. Seems like I won't get the chance.
Your team just suffered immense losses, and that's your response?
The smartest person I've ever met.
Say what you will about the stupid fan service where Jaime hooks up with Brienne. The point is that Jaime is no evil Prince Charming anymore.
I'm not that person anymore.
But guess what?
She's hateful, and so am I.
Fuck you!
He kind of forgot.
Remember King's Landing?
Yes, lovely country.
Well, it's a desert now.
He kind of forgot.
Daenerys stands totally within range of all these scorpions, but why isn't Cersei shooting at them? I mean, if Euron could hit Rhaegal from behind And when bane of her life Tyrion approaches, Cersei again neglects the opportunity to have him killed.
You monster. Marcella is my only daughter. Do you really think I'll let you sell her like a common I will burn our house to the ground before I let that happen. He poisoned my son. Take him!
But who remembers all that when Tyrion's got these puppy eyes?
He kind of forgot.
Also, she makes the archers hold their arrows for 40 seconds before standing down, which is absurd. And to anyone who thinks that's a nitpick, I strongly encourage you to try it at home. Just not where people are walking.
If not for yourself, then for your child.
Ooh, can't wait to see how Euron will react to Tyrion talking about a pregnancy you couldn't have possibly known about unless it was before he hooked up with Cersei. Alright. Episode 5 starts with Varys writing letters revealing Jon's lineage, but he never sends them, as well as apparently trying to poison Daenerys, going back on the conspiracy he's been part of since season 1 to put the Targaryens back on the throne.
We'll try again at supper.
All this because Dany's mood soured after being forced to go and help prevent the end of the flippin' world, losing 2 dragons and finding out her boyfriend is her nephew? That would piss me off too.
The northern armies? Just crossed the Trident. They'll be at the walls of King's Landing in 2 days.
Hold on.
We've been riding for a month, my love.
Just crossed the Trident. They'll be at the walls of King's Landing in 2 days.
He kind of forgot.
What do you want? The right ruler on the Iron Throne.
I don't want it.
Again, why is Varys openly plotting treason? To the Queen's boyfriend this time, at Dragonstone, where he could be swiftly executed if found out, which is exactly what happens. But not before Tyrion, of all people, rats him out for seemingly no apparent benefit. He just kinda does it without really knowing why.
Someone has betrayed me.
You don't know that. Varys hasn't even...
Varys?
He betrayed me.
Why are you doing this? What difference does it make if... Varys also somehow knows his time has come, but not in time to escape. So naturally, he sets fire to the evidence, puts it out immediately, and removes his precious rings, you know, the ones that, the rings of, you know.
I'm a bit confused.
Sentence you to die.
Oof, that's gotta hurt so bad it'll make you scream. No? Maybe next time.
Far more people in Westeros love you than love me.
That's just the North, though. Most people outside the North have never had anything to do with Jon Snow. Then Jon rejects Daenerys' physical intimacy, to which she naturally responds with fire and blood.
Let it be fear.
Burn them all!
And when Tyrion reminds Daenerys of the plan not to nuke the people of King's Landing...
They're innocents, like the ones you liberated in Marine.
In Marine, the slaves turned on the masters and liberated the city themselves the moment I arrived.
Only you instigated that rebellion, with your people personally supplying the weapons and leading the uprising. Then it turns out that Jaime, who just fought beside the Unsullied to save the world, has been captured by the Unsullied.
How did they find you?
We don't have time for all this.
Also, since they're on the capital's doorstep already, why aren't they stopping other people from entering the city when they know Cersei's plan is to use them to deter Daenerys from attacking?
They're hostages.
They are. Whose fault is that? Mine?
Yeah, kind of. When you could easily prevent them from entering the city in the first place, but choose not to. Tyrion, of course, has the master key to all things locked and frees Jaime.
If not for yourself, if not for her, then for every one of the million people in that city, innocent or otherwise.
To be honest, I never really cared much for them, innocent or otherwise. How many lives have you saved? 500,000, the population of King's Landing.
You kind of forgot.
When I watched the Mad King die, it felt like justice.
You kind of forgot.
Tell me if your precious Randy commanded you to stand by while thousands of men, women, and children burned alive, would you have done it? I never really cared much for them, innocent or otherwise.
There are no better writers in television.
Then Tyrion claims to have arranged a boat for Jaime and Cersei to escape to Pentos on.
Davos, I need to ask you a favor.
Oh, right. I forgot Davos' special ability is to find and stock a boat big enough to traverse the open seas on short notice, smuggle it past thousands of ships in the Iron Fleet, and then row back on a second boat, all without anyone noticing.
You're the greatest smuggler alive, aren't you?
Oh, well, in that case. And, of course, he'd love to help you, of all people, who killed his son with wildfire to save your family, the enemy.
F*** off.
Naturally, everyone forgets about Jaime's priceless Valyrian steel sword, Widow's Wail, and the Unsullied fail to notice Jaime being gone before packing up and leaving for King's Landing, where they find the Golden Company defending on the outside of the city walls instead of inside.
I don't think it's serious at all. I think it's another bad joke.
Also, they seem to have gone from being 20,000 infantry and 2,000 horses to, not that I've counted or anything, some 1,500 foot soldiers and just the one horse.
And elephants.
No elephants, Your Grace.
That's disappointing.
Remember Cersei's plan of using the small folk as human shields from like 10 seconds ago? Well, we're not doing that anymore, because the plot needs Jaime to find another way around.
I got a crew full of mutes.
You kind of forgot.
Then they order the Scorpions to fire instead of loose.
Fire! Fire! Fire!
Gunpowder has not been invented yet, and the show has previously established the era-appropriate language.
No! No! There's a man! No!
Kind of forgot.
Also, no one from the countless stationary Scorpions is able to hit Drogon, whereas an episode ago, 11 moving Scorpions hit Rhaegal 3 for 3. Oh, lads, did you hear that?
Must have been the wind.
How did nobody... The previously exhausted Northerners, Unsullied, and Dothraki show no signs of fatigue. Why is nobody shooting, aiming, or even holding the damn Scorpions as the dragon flies by?
What are you waiting for? Loose!
And why is Tyrion walking around the active battlefield?
The Red Keeper's never fallen. It won't fall today.
Right. Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
I've never known bells to mean surrender.
They ring for horror. A dead king, a city under siege.
A wedding.
Exactly.
You kind of forgot.
Wait, didn't Tyrion tell Jaime to tell Cersei to ring the bells and surrender, though?
Give the order to ring all the bells in King's Landing and open the gates. That will be our signal that the city has surrendered.
Oh, but wait, Jaime is still running around the streets and never made it to Cersei to convey this information. That's right. Sorry, guys. See, Jaime never made it to...
But how?
Why are they ringing the bells? That doesn't make sense.
Honestly, guys, ask yourself this. If you saw your enemies throw down their weapons and surrender, what would you do?
If you want to sit on the throne, you must win it. That will mean blood on your hands before the thing is done.
The blood of my enemies, not the blood of innocents.
Burn them all!
I am not here to be Queen of the Ashes. But perhaps it's good the people see that Daenerys Stormborn made every effort to avoid bloodshed.
You kind of forgot.
Now, I see a lot of people arguing that Daenerys' descent into madness could be traced all the way back to the early days when she threatened people left and right and even going so far as executing some. But you know who else did that?
All of you!
That's right. Or do you mean to tell me that Ned Stark and Jon Snow were also on a path to madness? With that logic, shouldn't Jon go crazy too? He's just as Targaryen as she is.
It just didn't seem right to us for this moment.
A much better collapse of her sanity would have been to have her make increasingly questionable choices over multiple seasons, ones that made us feel conflicted at the time, not just retroactively. The White Walkers could have won at Winterfell, driving the survivors back south to King's Landing, where the wildfire lay hidden since the Mad King's days. And while Bran searches the past for their precise locations, Jon and Dany debate igniting them to stop the White Walkers at great cost. And when Daenerys decides to burn them all, the message is transported back through Bran to Aerys, making her the source of her father's madness. Also, Cersei's right bloody there, in the Red Keep. Why are you making sure to burn every single street and person on the way there first? Nope, let's just clip through this tower instead. Oh, and don't forget to completely destroy the castle you plan to live in after all of this is over. Then Euron's fleet is suddenly miles away from the city. Oh look, it's the boat that's supposed to take the one-handed Jaime and Cersei across the Narrow Sea. That's surely going to work. Also, are we just going to accept that every little bit of King's Landing coast has a secret passage into the Red Keep? And look who teleported in after being engulfed by Dragonfire. How is this anywhere close to an even fight? And how does Euron lose?
I'm the man who killed Jaime Lannister.
Okay, first and foremost. Second, why are you bragging?
I got you!
You lost.
Dumb.
What's worse is Jaime doesn't even bleed out and die, but carries on like he didn't just get stabbed with the blade twisted in his guts.
You're hurt. Doesn't matter.
Alrighty then.
Go home, go.
I'm going to kill her.
You think you wanted revenge a long time. You want to be like me.
You're bringing this up only now? After weeks on the road? After sneaking into the burning castle, watching the city get nuked in real time? This is the moment you tell her it might not be a great idea after all?
Terrible timing.
The Mountain not only survives this, but manages to hold the Hound up while being stabbed repeatedly in the shoulder. The Hound weighs like 100 kilos, and can you guess what else?
Well, he's got armor on.
He's got bloody armor on! Then he gets stabbed in the head, which kills even the army of the dead. So we're definitely looking at some serious black magic here, but shouldn't that have come at some sort of price?
Only death can pay for life.
Also, if he's that indestructible, what's to say he didn't survive the fall into the flames as well? Meanwhile, Arya drags sheltering people back out into the Inferno for no apparent reason, and survives this, and this, and this. Jaime walking briskly just minutes after barely being able to crawl. Then he teleports into the Red Keep with a mission to officially subvert his entire character arc by saving the woman who just sent the man to kill him. Of course, it would have made a lot more sense if the Northerners had escaped the North when the White Walkers broke through the wall, you know, so that when they come knocking on the gates of King's Landing, guess who tries to convince Cersei to let them in? Boom, this guy. And when Cersei refuses to let them in, guess who has no other choice than to fulfill Maggie the Frog's prophecy and wrap his hands around Cersei's neck and choke the life from her, saving the innocent people from yet another tyrant who would see them dead. Boom, this guy. Anyway, Euron's cringeworthy line from before becomes even dumber as Jaime dies not from his mortal wounds taken in their fight, but from being crushed by the collapsing Red Keep.
I'm the man who killed Jaime Lannister.
Then it appears Harry Strickland's horse not only survived this, but went against every animal instinct and ran back into the city being nuked by a f***ing dragon. They also waste like 2 minutes or roughly $430,000 worth of screen time to have Arya walk up to and ride away on the horse, only for it to never be seen or mean anything again. The final episode of Game of Thrones starts with Grey Worm staying behind to execute Lannister soldiers, but teleports to reach Daenerys before Jon, who went straight there.
How did you get here?
Also, are you kidding me with this humongous Targaryen banner? How did you transport this thing this whole time? Or maybe they found it in the basement next to the skull of Balerion the Black Dread, which somehow didn't get crushed when the Red Keep collapsed. Or maybe next to Cersei and Jaime, whose bodies are found under just a small layer of bricks, despite seemingly the whole building coming down on top of them. How is this castle still standing? And how does Tyrion know exactly where to look for them? Daenerys seems to think anyone can actually hear what she's saying, as she names Grey Worm her Master of War, an office invented by Cersei as late as Season 5 that never had time to accomplish anything because she blew up the Master of War.
Kind of forgot.
The Dothraki all cheer even though the speech is in Valyrian and like a kilometer away.
You freed your brother. You committed treason.
If you knew about that, why didn't anyone arrest him? Then Arya strolls past all of Daenerys' guards completely unchallenged.
And I know a killer when I see one.
Thank you, Captain Obvious. Actually, what the seven hells are you even doing here?
I came to kill Cersei. Your queen got there first.
How do you know that? Tyrion is the only one who actually went and checked. And where'd your horse go anyway? Don't tell me those $430,000 were all for nothing. Hey, I just asked you a question. Arya!
Arya! Arya!
I betrayed my queen.
You didn't.
I did.
We've been over this.
I can't justify what happened. I won't try.
10 seconds later.
Hey, she left her no choice. She saw her friend beheaded. She saw her dragon shot out of the sky.
And she burned down a city for it. Would you have done it? Would you have burned the city down?
I don't know.
Yes, you do. When she crucified hundreds of Myronese nobles, who could argue they were evil men?
My father spoke out against crucifying those children. You crucified him.
He kind of forgot.
After Jon knocks, it takes the guards half a minute, or exactly until the conversation ends, to open the door. Anyway, heaps of snow has rapidly accumulated on top of Drogon, and only Drogon, which is weird. Jon knows his way around the somehow still standing Red Keep and is allowed to be armed and unsupervised with Daenerys.
I imagined a mountain of swords too high to climb.
He kind of forgot.
And she doesn't have a single guard with her. What if the mountain came crawling out from under the rubble? That guy cannot die. Hell, even Cersei could jump out from behind an iron chair for all they know. Or Jon could betray her and take the throne for himself. See? Just safety hazards all over the place. Oh no, don't kill Jon! Oh, for fuck's sake. So, even if Drogon understands the symbolism of the Iron Throne, which he doesn't, it still makes no sense for him to not also avenge Daenerys. And no, it's not because dragons are magically prohibited from killing Targaryens. They did that all the time. Also, Jon is captured, even though Drogon carried Daenerys' body off, including the murder weapon, which means that instead of letting Grey Worm think Daenerys flew off on her own accord, Jon ratted on himself, putting the future of the realm in the hands of a war-crazed, heartbroken maniac for no reason whatsoever.
You're brave.
Also, last we saw from Grey Worm, he executed prisoners of war on the spot, but Jon, who murdered the queen, is merely imprisoned.
It doesn't feel right.
The Dothraki, who were all made Daenerys' blood riders in Season 6, should also look to avenge their leader, and later kill themselves to ride beside her in the Nightlands, as per their religion.
It is known.
He kind of forgot.
And even if not, well, then there should be a lot of infighting over who gets to lead them next.
Here they only honor strength. They'll be fighting after Drogo dies. Whoever wins that fight will be the new Khal.
It is known.
Grey Worm's penis. This plastic bottle. The Starks of Winterfell.
There must always be a Stark in Winterfell.
There must always be a Stark in Winterfell.
He kind of forgot.
And of all the leaders at this sensitive meeting at the Dragon Pit, only Sansa brought a bodyguard. Actually, who are these guys and why are they all here? For Tyrion's trial?
Some of you may be quick to forgive. The Ironborn are not. I swore to follow Daenerys Targaryen.
Only you didn't. You supported her in return for independence.
See the difference?
Then Davos offers the Unsullied to start their own house, even though it would only last one generation.
Start your own house with the Unsullied as your bannerman.
Dumb We do not need payment. We need justice.
Well then kill Jon and Tyrion. They're in your custody. You don't need anyone's permission, you... I was gonna say d***less idiot, but that's inaccurate.
Dumb
Then he says...
You are not here to speak!
And not only allows him to speak, but also to hold a choosing for the next monarch at his own trial. And everyone is perfectly fine with that.
We have to choose someone.
You actually really don't. You could actually all just go back to rule over your own separate kingdoms like they did for thousands of years. And when Edmure speaks up, Sansa shuts him down like some kind of comical relief.
I don't understand.
Please sit.
As if he didn't just spend 4 years imprisoned for your brother's mistakes, only to come out with his back straight and protect his family with duty and honor. Have you even met this man? And who are you to bully anyone?
I might have some insight.
Oh, shut up. Go bury Rickon or something.
What?
When Sam proposes the idea of open democratic elections, Yara laughs, even though the King's Moot of the Ironborn is exactly that.
We gather today to choose a new king as our leader. Who makes a claim?
Gendry Baratheon doesn't press his claim because why would he? It's not like he's the perfect bridge between the small folk and nobility or anything.
7 hells!
From now on, rulers will not be born. They will be chosen on this spot by the lords and ladies of Westeros.
Okay, so am I to assume by Grey Worm doing absolutely nothing to stop this, that this is what Daenerys meant by breaking the wheel?
What about all the other people who think they know what's good?
They don't get to choose.
Choose one.
They don't get to choose.
We have to choose someone.
They don't get to choose.
They will be chosen.
They don't get to choose.
That is the wheel our queen wanted to break.
They don't get to choose.
Make your choice then.
We kind of forgot.
And who has a better story than Bran the Broken?
Everyone!
The boy who fell from a high tower and lived.
I'm something else now.
He crossed beyond the wall and became the three-eyed raven.
I don't know what that means.
I can never be lord of anything.
Will you wear the crown?
Why do you think I came all this way?
We kind of forgot.
Right, never mind the guy who is respected by all, died for his people, and has already been democratically chosen to lead. Twice.
I don't want it.
The Brandon of House Stark. I say aye.
You're on trial. How does he get a say in this? Why is House Lannister getting a vote at all?
Aye.
Even Brienne, who isn't even the head of her house. Why is nobody voting no? Most of you don't even know this kid. You are subjecting yourself to a system where whoever controls the food will inevitably control future votes. So, in other words, the Lord of Highgarden, which is...
The Bronn of the f***ing Blackwater.
And then, all your sucking grandsons can ruin the family with their sucking ways.
Great. So should we expect Drogon to come back and kill everyone now that you've successfully reinstated the same oppressive system he so intelligently opposed a minute ago?
Oh boy, here I go killing again.
The North will remain an independent kingdom, as it was for thousands of years.
Well, that was easy. So, shouldn't Yara, the Prince of Dorne, the Vale, and Brienne of f***ing Tarth, for all anyone cares, demand their independence as well? Then Tyrion declares him
Bran the Broken
instead of Brandon the Broken, even though kings' names are not shortened in their official titles. He also says King of the First Men, which is not the case anymore with the North Independent. Oh, and guess what Tyrion's punishment for his many failures as hand to previous monarchs will be?
You will be my hand.
You're funny. You've always been funny.
But Grey Worm has accepted the justice of a life sentence.
And can you guess what that life sentence will be?
So our new king has chosen to send you to the Night's Watch.
There's still Night's Watch.
That's right. Even with the White Walkers defeated and the Wildlings as allies, there is still a Night's Watch because...
The world will always need a home for bastards and broken men.
Right. Why deal with your rapers and murderers yourselves when you can simply send them through a neighboring kingdom to the edge of the f***ing world to serve no purpose whatsoever? And for all Grey Worm knows, Jon is being sent right back to Winterfell to resume his role as king in the north.
We named you King in the North.
What's up, Jordan?
I'm taking it back.
I guess the Dothraki kind of forgot to avenge their Khaleesi.
This is kind of forgot about
and their entire way of life. Maybe they can start their own house too and move in next to the Unsullied, or sail to North where they can die horrible deaths thanks to Miss Sunday never telling them about the deadly butterflies only natives are immune to.
You kind of forgot.
I'm sorry I wasn't there when you needed me.
Yeah, you really should have just lit that trench. But more importantly, why aren't Bran's eyes going blue when he says,
You were exactly where you were supposed to be.
Because what? The Three-Eyed Raven orchestrated all of this since 1,000 years ago? You're telling me he, or rather it, was the ultimate player and winner of the Game of Thrones? I mean, I could work with that, but then how about make that point? Emphasize it.
Do something!
Or better yet, have Jon slay the Night King only to realize that his spirit lives on in Bran, forcing him to make the ultimate sacrifice in killing Bran to truly end the cycle, which would actually be breaking some kind of wheel. Anyway, remember Arya's entire arc again?
A girl is Arya Stark of Winterfell, and I'm going home. In winter, we must protect ourselves, look after one another.
The lone wolf dies, but the pack survives.
Ooh, I remember. We're family, the last of the Starks.
Yeah, about that.
I'm not going back north.
Right, because we wouldn't want to miss out on the opportunity to milk this franchise with future spin-off of everyone's favorite character. How's that working out, by the way? But go ahead, throw 10 years of character development right out the window so she can become Dora the Explorer.
What's west of Westeros?
I don't know.
No one knows. It's where all the maps stop.
Piss on that. Send a raven.
Are you kidding me? You're standing next to the smartest person to ever exist and an omniscient oracle, and you don't know what's west of Westeros?
I can see everything. I can see things happening now, all over the world.
Dumb.
Brienne, who pledged herself to Sansa in Season 6, now serves as Lord Commander of the Kingsguard to a different monarch in a different kingdom.
Treason is treason.
The Book of the Kingsguard says that Jaime retook Riverrun without loss of life, even though...
We found the Blackfish, my lord. He died, fighting my lord.
It also says he outwitted Targaryen forces to seize Highgarden, which didn't happen as Daenerys' forces never defended Highgarden. Brienne also turns the pages and closes the book before the ink is dry.
How could you be so stupid?
Sam is somehow Grand Maester despite deserting the Citadel, being sworn to the Night's Watch, which still exists, while holding lands, titles, wives, and fathering children.
What's this?
A Song of Ice and Fire. Archmaester Ebro's history of the wars following the death of King Robert.
Why would he call it that and not...
The War of the Five Kings!
The War of the Five Kings.
The War of the Five Kings.
The War of the Five Kings, they call it.
I helped him with the title.
What's so ice and fire about it anyway? Did Jon's Stargarian heritage become relevant off-screen? Did Jon kill the Night King, whom Archmaester Ebros didn't even know about because winter never reached the south and only lasted...
What would you call it then?
What does he say about me?
I don't believe you're mentioned.
Bro, how is Tyrion not even mentioned in this book after being hand to multiple monarchs, tried and sentenced for regicide, guilty of patricide, accused of trying to kill the very king he now serves, and 8 seasons of so much more?
And who has a better story than I do?
We appear to be missing a Master of Whisperers.
What? No, we don't.
I can see everything, all over the world.
You kind of forgot.
And a Master of War.
No, we don't. Nobody wants more war. What's wrong with you?
And the Three-Eyed Raven.
Stop it.
Sir Bronn of the Blackwater, Lord of High God, Lord Paramount of the Reach, and Master of Coin.
I've never borrowed money before. I'm not clear on the rules.
You kind of forgot.
Would you say the Crown's debt has been paid?
In full, my Lord Hand.
Are you telling me the Crown is 3 million in debt?
I'm telling you the Crown is 6 million in debt.
The Crown owes the Iron Bank of Bravos a tremendous amount of money.
If we fail to repay these loans, the bank will fund our enemies. One way or another, they always get their gold back.
You can't run from them, you can't cheat them, you can't sway them with excuses.
Time to start incurring a new one.
How could he let this happen?
When Jon shows up at Castle Black, the Free Folk are still there, months after Tormund said they were heading up north of the Wall again.
You kind of forgot.
Lastly, Sansa is crowned queen in the north despite Jon still being king. Like, do they all just take Sansa's word for it? Does Jon not even have to abdicate in person? Also, won't there be a high risk of civil war with Jon in exile not that far away?
The Northmen are loyal to Jon Snow, not to her.
He kind of forgot.
After decades of hype, winter lasted about a month.
Winter is truly coming.
The Lannister army is cooped up in King's Landing the whole season, never taking up strategic locations, strongholds, or anything like we've seen them do previously. Despite most people being equipped with dragonglass or Valyrian steel, we never see whites explode or falling from their touch like in previous seasons, the only two exceptions being that elusive giant and the Night King. There are extreme inconsistencies in the strength and effects of Dragonfire. Sometimes it has explosive properties, sometimes it's hot enough to melt iron, but whenever convenient, it's not hot enough to hurt people really close to it, or even engulfed by it. Cersei's pregnancy was never visible and ultimately didn't amount to any narrative developments, not even as fuel for Dane Bowl. Same goes for Bran's abilities as the Three-Eyed Raven. Didn't do anything, the little shit. And Arya's face-shifting abilities, or skills with Chekhov's needle.
Have you ever used it?
Once or twice.
Lots of people somehow correctly predict that Daenerys will go crazy and destroy King's Landing, despite her never really alluding to this. Actually, what she did say up until that point is rather reassuring.
I am not here to be Queen of the Ashes.
Do not become what you have always struggled to defeat.
Perhaps it's good that people see that Daenerys Stormborn made every effort to avoid bloodshed.
They're going to destroy that city. You know they will.
In all 7 kingdoms, men will live without fear and cruelty.
We both know what she's about to do. I worry about her state of mind.
Lastly, Bran claims to be an omniscient being.
Look at you. You're a man.
Almost.
Bran. He saw it.
He saw it.
But no one ever questions it or asks for a demonstration.
And I would still be Brandon Stark.
You're not?
I'm something else now. I'm going to go now.
Go where?
And these are just the errors specific to Season 8. I didn't even mention the many plot lines that never got resolved. Fortunately, there's a whole video for that too. And if you enjoyed this video, you might like my upcoming video series on fixing Game of Thrones, where the plan is to rectify all of these mistakes, starting all the way back at Season 5. Yeah, that's why it's taking so damn long. Consider supporting this channel if you like my work. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you again soon in another video.
What is dead may never die. What is dead may never die.
Best season ever! It's the best.